Hi guys, welcome to the office hours for Module 5, the first office hours for Module 5 in COIS 1620, COIS ADMN 1620, Introduction to Information Systems. Thank you to the people that took the time to come and attend live. And for those of you that are going to be watching this a little later on after I've posted it. Not a big, same format as always, of course. I've got a few things I want to talk about briefly, and then I'll take questions, or I'll take questions about what I'm talking about at any time. So I'm just getting to the right page here, bear with me. We are at the start of Module 5 at this point, and Module 5 is Chapter 9, Chapter 10, and Tech Guide 4. It is the fourth in a row of exactly the same format of module, meaning that Module 2, 3, and 4 were all exactly the same 2 chapters in a tech guide with a discussion due as well. So nothing is due this Friday. It's a week from Friday, March 24th at 11:59:00 that the 3 practices, the 3 quizzes, and discussion 4 have to be submitted all at that time. So again, same advice as always. Don't wait until next Friday to do this. Start working away at it. My approach is always to go chapter by chapter. So if I was completing this module, I would read Chapter 9, I would do Chapter 9's practice, and then I would do Chapter 9's quiz. And then I would rinse and repeat for Chapter 10 and Tech Guide 4. And then at some point, as I was inspired, I would be doing the discussion. Again, please be very, very careful not to prematurely submit your discussion. You can save it and come back to it as many times as you want. But first of all, you have to submit it on time, and you have to, you can't submit that early. And by that, I mean before you've had a chance to answer both questions. The discussion this module is in the same format as all the other discussions. There's an article of some sort for you to read, whether that's a paper, a link, a video, whatever, something to digest. And then there's a couple questions on it. And we're looking for answers to both those questions. All the same requirements pertain to the answers to both those questions. So having said that, we provided really verbose and detailed feedback for discussions 1 and 2, and you will not be getting the same level of feedback for discussion 3. It will just be a mark with the rubric showing you how you graded across the different areas. So please make sure to read the detailed feedback from 1 and 2 if you haven't already before you submit 4. And look at your marks and the rubric feedback for 3. Now, bear with me again for a second. I'm just going to see. We will have the discussion 3 marked no later than next Sunday, but I just want to see where we are as a group for marking that. We've still got some discussion 3s to go. It's very few, actually. It's probably about 15 discussion 3s are left to be marked at this point. So once they're all marked, once all discussion 3s are marked, I will release those marks, and you can see that feedback. All right. I am still getting a few academic integrity modules submitted to me and course requirements quiz. That's fine. That's great. You've missed an awful lot of marks at this point. You've missed the previous chapters that we've covered in the previous modules for the quiz portion at 2% per chapter or tech guide. And I will not be opening that. If this is your first time either joining office hours or watching office hours, don't even bother asking me, because I will not be opening them up because you didn't do what your requirements were. So I don't think I have anything else really to comment on at this time. I see that people are doing their remote proctoring practice, which warms my heart, because it means that they have gone ahead and scheduled their exam, and they've scheduled their Examity session as well. And now they are making sure they understand how Examity works. So I would encourage anyone that's writing remotely, the remote proctored choice, to try that practice and just make sure that you get how this is going to work. There's no sense in adding to the pressure at the day of the exam. Better to prepare before and make sure you understand everything. If you have a problem with the time slot that you've booked with Examity, don't bother sending me an email. I have no control over that. Okay. I'm happy for you to copy me, but the people that you want to be reaching out to is online at trentu.ca. It's our IT, right? They're the ones that are interfaced with Examity. I don't have a direct connection with Examity. I can't do anything about that. Okay. If you have not chosen a location for your exam, as you were asked to do by, I believe it was last Thursday, then you are going to be expected to show up in Peterborough. That's the default. So there was an email sent out 3 weeks ago now, giving you 2 weeks to respond. If you have not done that, see you in Peterborough. Okay. This is also something that I'm not going to shuffle people around or accommodate people because you were given 2 weeks to do what was needed to be done, and I don't need any extra work because you didn't do what your requirements were. Now, having said that, if you live somewhere where you're just not going to be coming to Peterborough at all, and you are a persuasive person, you can always try and reach out to online at trentu.ca to try and book, even though it's late. I would start with an apology if I was doing it. I'm sorry that I did not fulfill my obligations to ask for an online exam and see if they can help you out. There's nothing I can or nothing I'm going to do for anyone that didn't fulfill their obligations. The people at the online email address, the IT people, are somewhat nicer than I am, though, I would think. Okay. So yeah, that's basically all that I have, guys. If anyone that's here has any questions or comments or concerns, I'm happy to answer, any questions that you have. Just go ahead and send them to me by chat, either publicly or privately, or turn on your microphones and fire away. If you have something you want to discuss with me privately, feel free to stick around for a couple seconds here. I'm going to, if you don't, feel free to get on with your evening. There wasn't anything really heavy to discuss. I just wanted to kind of go over things just quickly for people. Otherwise, get on with your evenings and have a good night. And thank you for taking your time to come out. Good night.